When she was laying in the bed, she had dozed off and went to sleep.
Oh, your mother says that when she was asleep, Mr. Aiken filled out the birth certificate and put his name on it.
Yeah.
I did not tell her that.
How do we get here?
Once I had the babies, the pictures went out on the internet, and that's when my ex-mother called me and said that those are my grandbabies. They look just like my son.
Oh.
All right, so I walk in there. What do I see? Lemon drops laid out everywhere. I ain't talking about no candy. Candy, look, she already knows. Look, I ain't talking about no candy.
There was 2 shot glasses laying on the table.
Just when you thought daytime TV couldn't get any wilder, we kick off with Miss Aiken, dropping the legal bomb of the century on her mom for a paternity mix-up. She's out here claiming the guy on her birth cert is as much her dad as a random dude from a 90s boy band, stirring up a whole kettle of confusion and feelings of betrayal. And you thought your family reunions were awkward.
Miss Aiken, you filed a lawsuit against your mother for paternity fraud. You claim due to her many lies, you uncovered that one man is on your birth certificate, but you grew up calling another man dad. You are confused and say your world has been turned upside down. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Cue the dramatic courtroom music. Miss Aiken's mom stands firm, shaking off the accusation like a soap opera queen, swearing she's as innocent as a kitten and betting all her cookies that the DNA results will have her back. She's already drafting her "I told you so" speech, folks.
The DNA results prove who you claim is your daughter's biological father. You want an apology. Is that correct?
Your Honor.
All right. Miss Aiken, explain to me how your mother committed fraud.
For years, my mama been lying to me back and forth about who my daddy is. And I'm hurt and I'm tired and I need to know who is my daddy.
Plot twist incoming. Brittany Aiken gets a curveball thrown her way when Harry Jenkins Jr., in a scene straight out of a telenovela, reveals he got the "you are not the father" spiel from her mom, kicking off a wild goose chase for the real paternal MVP. Grab your popcorn.
Henry Jenkins Jr. told me that my mom told him I wasn't his daughter, but he was like, whatever it is.
Wait a minute. I never in my life told that.
So, do you believe Ms. Aiken is Mr. Jenkins' biological child?
Yes, Your Honor.
That is what you're asserting here in court today.
Yes, Your Honor.
Throughout your childhood, you were told that Mr. Jenkins was your biological father?
Yes, Your Honor.
As if we're not already knee-deep in this soap opera, Brittany discovers her birth certificate plays a game of musical dads, listing Thomas Lewis Aiken as the Papa Bear. This revelation sends her on a detective spree, uncovering family secrets like she's on a treasure hunt. But instead of gold, it's just more confusion about who she should be sending Father's Day cards to.
Yes, Your
Jerome,
Honor.
will you pass me her evidence, please? Why did you go get a birth certificate?
To get his survivor's check, Your Honor.
Okay, so upon Mr. Jenkins' death, you were trying to collect benefits.
Yes.
And when you got your birth certificate, what did you find?
That Thomas Lewis Aiken name was on my birth certificate, not Mr. Jenkins.
When you see the name Thomas Lewis Aiken, what do you do?
I'm puzzled because I don't know this man.
In a twist that not even Maury saw coming, Brittany meets Thomas Aiken's mom, and they're practically mirror images of each other. She's out here solving family puzzles, wondering if she's also inherited the family's uncanny ability to parallel park on the first try.
Ever get a chance to meet Mr. Aiken?
No, Your Honor, because he wasn't there yet. After we had went over and left, she told me and my husband, Thomas Aiken, had filled out the birth certificate. When she was laying in the bed, she had dozed off and went to sleep.
Oh, your mother says that when she was asleep, Mr. Aiken filled out the birth certificate and put his name on it.
Yeah.
I did not tell her that.
You can't make this stuff up, folks. Thomas Aiken throws another wrench in the works, swearing he couldn't be Brittany's dad because he was busy enjoying a government-sponsored vacation, aka he was in jail during her conception. The plot thickens like my grandma's gravy.
Mr. Aiken, thank you for joining us. You may be seated. Mr. Aiken, as you know, we are here discussing paternity surrounding Brittany. She carries your last name. Do you acknowledge that you have had a relationship with Ms. Bonnie Aiken?
Yeah, that's my wife.
You are still married to her?
Yeah, still married to her.
To this day?
To this day.
And just when you think we're heading for a commercial break, Brittany attempts to play DNA detective with Thomas Aiken, aiming to swab and solve the mystery once and for all. But alas, fate has other plans, and the DNA test fades into the sunset, leaving our heroine with more questions than a philosophy major.
So in your mind, there is no way that you are her biological father. So Brittany, did you ever hear this? Because you believe he could be your biological father, but saying now today, there's no way I could be.
When I met Thomas, I had gave him the birth certificate. I didn't fill it out. It wasn't me. Your mom told me, you're not my child.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hold on to your hats because here comes the mother of all twists. The DNA results are in.
It's been determined by this court. Mr. Jenkins and Ms. Brittany Aiken are not related.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, but I always had thought that was her daddy.
Buckle up, folks. We're diving headfirst into the Who's Your Daddy? Olympic Games. The case kicks off with all the usual courtroom pomp and ceremony, setting up a paternity pickle between Ms. Adams and Mr. Spencer over some adorable 13-month-old twins. Get your popcorn ready, because this drama train is leaving the station. Choo-choo.
Ms. Adams, you say you were caught in a love triangle, and now the defendant doesn't believe he fathered your 13-month-old twins, Kamarian and Kamariana. You testify that you are 100% certain he is and plan to prove it today in court.
Picture this, Ms. Adams caught in a love pretzel. Not just a triangle, folks. She details her leap from a long-term love ship into Mr. Spencer's arms, or, well, the general vicinity. It's like a romantic comedy without the budget for a big-name cast. Strap in, the soap opera twists are just getting started.
Well, to be honest with you, I got caught up in a love triangle because I was with the same man for 13 years. I had separated. When we separated, I had went out actually one day, to the bar, and that's when I had met Marquis. That's when we started, having dealings with each other and things like that.
You were in a long-standing relationship.
Yes.
And then you broke up. And during that time, you were intimate with Mr. Spencer.
Yes.
Did you use protection?
No.
Over to Mr. Spencer, who's pretty sure he's not the father, but also kind of is. It's like choosing between deal or no deal without seeing the cases. He's planning a grand exit if the DNA results say, not it. Next up, will Mr. Spencer ghost or get ghosted? Stay tuned.
You all started having a sexual relationship. You didn't use protection.
Yes, sir.
But
Yes,
you
sir.
weren't in a committed relationship.
No, we were.
Miss Adams, were you intimate with anybody else during that time?
No, I was not.
So how soon after you broke up with your ex did you meet Mr. Spencer?
I'll say like about 2.5 months later.
So during this window of time you were intimate with Mr. Spencer, you were not dealing with your ex at all?
No, I was not.
Boom. Ms. Adams drops the pregnancy bomb while Mr. Spencer's MIA, making it a solo celebration. She's certain he's the papa bear to her cubs, even when he's off the grid. Will he buy balloons or bolt? The suspense is real, folks.
Well, I had found out pregnant during the time that Marquis Spencer had went away. When Marquis went away, I had found out that same week that I was pregnant.
All right, the point you found out you were pregnant, who did you tell?
I told a family member of Marquis Spencer that I was currently pregnant and that I need to speak with him immediately.
And you were confident at that time that Mr. Spencer was your child's biological father. And so, Mr. Spencer, your family member informed you that Ms. Adams was pregnant?
Yeah, she called me.
Enter stage left, the ex and his mom casting doubts like they're fishing for doubts in the sea of paternity. Suddenly, everyone's a family resemblance expert. Get ready for a plot twist that makes M. Night Shyamalan look predictable.
How do we get here?
Once I had the babies, the pictures went out on the internet, and that's when my ex-mother called me and said that those are my grandbabies. They look just like my son.
Oh. And so once she said that, had you been thinking of that in the back of your mind all
Never.
this time? Never.
Never. I was starting to hear it so much, and I was getting so many phone calls from like my ex side of the family and everything about the boy. Marianne, they were saying he looked like my ex.
Plot twist. Ms. Adams admits to using the twins as adorable, albeit confusing, bait to reel her ex back in. It's like The Parent Trap, but with less Lindsay Lohan and more Maury Povich. But wait, there's more. Will our star-crossed lovers reunite, or is this the end of their rom-com?
Marquis was not the father, but then, she was just telling me, oh, Christian, put two and two together, just think about it. Like it don't make sense. You already had the babies early, so you could have been already pregnant when you was messing with Mr. Spencer. She was just, saying things like that and stuff. So then I started saying, well, you know what, you never know. And I was also just going off of emotion and knowing I was still in love and things like that. So I just wasn't really even looking at the whole situation. I just was like, whatever it was it took to get back with him.
Just when you thought our love triangle couldn't get any more obtuse, Ms. Adams decides Mr. Spencer is out of the love game. It's like a reality TV elimination round, but the stakes are two cute twins. Who will get the final rose? Or, the diaper bag?
Where are you in the story? You're telling both men now at this point is their twins?
After I had the babies, Marquis was around for the first month. Throughout that whole month, it was like so much drama with his ex, so much drama with him. It was like all over again. From Mitchell,
yes,
because his mom called him. So he called me and was like, Christian, I'm hearing that it's a chance that those babies are mine. Is that true? I said that I knew that they was Marquis. I said, but to this point, you just never know. Just come back, because I want you to come back regardless. We could just start over.
The drama peaks as everyone confronts everyone else. It's like a family reunion, but with more accusations and less potato salad. This is the moment when secrets come out, and everyone wishes they had just stayed home and binge-watched Netflix instead.
So just to be clear, you are the mother of Mitchell, which is Ms. Adams' ex-boyfriend.
Yes.
And I have to ask you, do you believe these are your son's biological children?
Yes, I do.
Please explain to the court.
The first week that they was born, Kristen mom called me. So she said, by now, look, take a look at the babies. Look at these pictures. Something ain't right.
Drum roll, please. The DNA results are in.
It has been determined by this court. The biological father is Mr. Spencer. It has been determined by this court. The biological father is Mr. Spencer.
So, we kick things off with Mr. Buchanan, looking as confused as a chameleon in a bag of Skittles, voicing his skepticism about the paternity of Ms. Stimbridge's 6-month-old cutie pie. He's on his third "you are the father" rodeo, with the previous 2 rounds proving he's not the daddy. The plot thickens as he hints at Misery Stimbridge's possible shenanigans, including a not-so-secret rendezvous with his ex-buddy/roommate.
A woman has claimed you are her child's father. First 2 times, DNA testing proved you were not father. And you now doubt your girlfriend's 6-month-old daughter is yours.
Plot twist incoming. Mr. Buchanan spills the tea on a face-off with his so-called BFF, Eric, who, in a plot twist worthy of a soap opera, drunkenly brags about a supposed romantic escapade with Ms. Stimbridge during Mr. Buchanan's stint in the clink. This bombshell has Mr. Buchanan's paternity doubts spinning faster than a fidget spinner on a rocket.
Supposed best friends, so you get into a confrontation.
Yeah, we was actually at a store. Took Eric up to the store. He was in the back seat already drunk. Jessica went in to go get his beer. I mean, why are you getting him beer? You know what I'm saying?
He could have got it himself, Your Honor.
You went in there to
You're
get
his
it.
best
You went
friend.
in. You went in
You're
there to
his
get it
best
for him.
friend. You
So.
should have got it.
Women over the beer?
Okay, so you're best friends with him then, obviously, if you went in there.
And just when you thought it couldn't get any spicier, Mr. Buchanan discovers clues of Ms. Stimbridge's infidelity post-jailbreak. Among the evidence, lemon drops. Yep, you hear that right, lemon drops. The candy of love, betrayal, and everything in between. This sugary twist leads him down the rabbit hole of paternity puzzles once again.
I get home, which we were staying with Eric. What do I see? Lemon drops, lemon drop, lemon drops laid out everywhere. I ain't talking about no candy. Candy, look, she already knows. Look, I ain't talking about no candy.
2 shot glasses laying on the table.
When you walked in and you saw the drinks out, in your mind you thought she's drinking with him again, and she said that was only a one-time.
Enter stage left, Ms. McNeil with gossip that's juicier than a watermelon at a summer picnic. She claims to have caught Ms. Stimbridge in a rather, compromising tableau. This latest scoop adds more layers to Mr. Buchanan's suspicion pie, making it a 5-layer dip of drama.
This girl right here, all right, had my back since,
Why are you mad, Jessica?
Had my back
Why?
since day one.
I ain't talking.
Well, good.
Had my back since day one.
Well, go be
Ms.
with her then.
McNeil, Mr. Buchanan says that you witnessed firsthand
Yes, ma'am, I
some
did.
very
Disturbing.
inappropriate behavior.
There was nothing
Ms.
going on, Your
Girlfriend.
Honor.
What exactly did you witness?
Did I witness when I walked in?
As the courtroom drama unfolds, Mr. Buchanan, in a moment of unexpected tenderness, shares his deep emotional bond with the little one in question. Paternity mystery be damned. He's ready to be the dad of the year, regardless of what the DNA bingo decides. Grab your tissues. This is where it gets heartwarming and slightly less ridiculous.
2 weeks after all this went down, we take a pregnancy test, cause just talking about she late. Late or what? I ain't bleed, I'm late. So we took a pregnancy test. Boom, pregnant, positive. Not like positive isn't like good job. Positive isn't like there's something growing in there. 2 weeks later. That's why I'm denying that little girl, man.
And now, for the moment we've all been waiting for. The DNA results are in.
When it comes to 6-month-old Sophia, Mr. Buchanan, you are.
Thank you.
That's a blessing. He must have did something when I already got it knocked off.
So, get this, Mr. Hardy is out here full of conviction, dropping the bomb that he's the one and only daddy to 26-year-old Taylor. He's like, been there, done that, got the t-shirt, never once doubting he's the main man in her life. But then, plot twist, Taylor's stepmom throws in a wild card, hinting maybe, just maybe, another dude might be her real dad. Cue the dramatic music and a collective gasp.
What you have always known, that you fathered the defendant's 26-year-old daughter, Taylor. You say your belief proven to be true after Taylor learned another man was not her biological dad here in this courtroom.
Come to me and asked me if he was her dad because she said her stepmother told her that he was not.
How old were you then?
12, 13.
Just when you thought it couldn't get more like a daytime TV drama, Ms. Lynn steps up to the plate, swinging. She accuses Mr. Hardy of living in a soap opera, suggesting he's been puppeteered out of fatherhood by unseen forces. But wait, there's more. She casually drops that there might be another guy in the mix, making the paternity plot thicker than a Thanksgiving gravy. Mr. Hardy, undeterred, stands his ground, claiming father-daughter resemblance and perfect timing with Taylor's mom as his proof. It's getting spicy.
You say Ms. Lynn is a master manipulator who has stopped you from being a daddy to your little girl. Ms. Lynn, you claim the plaintiff is not Taylor's biological father.
There's a possibility between him and one other person.
So, Mr. Hardy, you say you've always known you were Taylor's biological father?
Brandy and I was together at the time that Taylor was conceived. I was there much as we could possibly be together.
Taylor, meanwhile, is having her own Who's My Daddy saga. Picture this: Thanksgiving, a time for turkey and apparently life-altering conversations. Taylor decides she's not just after Mr. Hardy's secret gravy recipe. She wants to know if he's her bio dad. Fast forward to a Facebook detective drama with Taylor and Mr. Hardy exchanging "Are you my father?" messages. Spoiler, he thinks yes.
Taylor, I want to ask you, all this time you're being raised by Mr. Jennings, and this is the man you believe is your biological father your whole life.
Yes, Your Honor.
So when you meet Mr. Hardy, it really means nothing to you.
Yes, Your Honor.
So how did you find out that he might be your biological
It
father?
was Thanksgiving. I think it was maybe I was 23, right around there. I had asked my mom because my boyfriend had mentioned that I looked like him.
Ms. Lynn, in a moment of rare calm, reflects on why she decided to play the paternity card later rather than sooner. She's like a parental ninja trying to shield Taylor from emotional shrapnel. It's all about timing, folks, even when that timing makes everyone's life a reality show episode.
Miss Lynn, when you hear your daughter speak so beautifully about a day spent with Mr. Hardy, that just having that moment just meant the world to her, how does that make you feel? Because it is your assertion that there's a very real possibility that he is not her biological father.
It hurts me for her because she grew up knowing the man I was married to as her father.
Just as you're grabbing more popcorn, enter Mr. Bryant, the dark horse in this dad derby. He's been lurking in the shadows, thinking he might be Taylor's real dad. Talk about throwing a wrench into the works. Now we've got more potential daddies than a Maury Povich marathon.
How did you find out about him, Mr. Bryant?
The last time I appeared here.
In this courtroom?
Yes. Then I asked her what his name was, and I looked him up on Facebook.
Who do you believe is your biological father? Mr. Hardy?
Yes.
Because you don't believe Mr. Bryant?
Yes, I don't think I look like him.
You don't think you look like him? Ms. Lynn, you had informed Mr. Bryant that he was a possible father?
Yes.
So he knew this?
Yes.
Drum roll, please. As we reach the crescendo, the DNA test results.
It has been determined by this court. Taylor's biological father is Mr. Bryant.
Yes! Yes, I told you. Can I give her a hug?